Hi everyone, this is Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and I wanted to show you this fun bookmark card. I received this one from my friend Teresa, and then if you just slide this part out, you have a bookmark, and then you have it so it's just a card. And I loved it. And so I love bookmarks, I love bookmark cards, so I wanted to copy it and then change it up a little bit for my club. So this is the card that we made at club this month, and so it's same thing, it's a bookmark that just pulls out. But the difference is I put some stamping behind it because this is kind of plain just to leave up if I'm using the bookmark while reading. You know, there's not a whole lot to look at there, but I figured that still kind of looks like a card. So someone, if you still wanted to use it up, and then you can use your bookmark. And then it's a card that, oh, I didn't put the inside in this one, that will do. So I just wanted to show you kind of where I was inspired by and what we're going to make. All right, so I'll put that aside. It is a lot of pieces, but it's not hard to put together. So it's a standard card base, right? 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then the inside piece that we'll stamp is just standard. It's 5 1/4 by 4. And then the purple layer, the front layer is the same thing, 5 1/4 by 4. And I cut out a, I think it's the second largest scallop piece from the Scallop Contours dies, and so that will go on top. And then for the bookmark, I use the stitched rectangle dies, and you can certainly just cut rectangles, but I use 2 of those dies. I have a little piece to go with the bookmark. And then for the pocket, because they're cut on the diagonal, and I saved this part because I thought I would cut it with you. And, whoops, I forget even what sizes these are. So let's see. It is 4 by 3. So what you need to do, you need 2 of them because I'll show you why. We're going to cut them on the diagonal. So I'm going to cut this one. I'm going to put point and point in my the cutting track. So you get 2 triangles, but I need them to kind of be like this. And so with one piece of paper you can get that shape, but you don't get both the sides. So I need 2 pieces of paper, but be wary, don't cut on the same diagonal because then you'll get the same 2 pieces. And I did that on several pieces. You want to cut the opposite, right? So I'm going to cut from this point to this point. So that way I can place this piece with this piece and this piece with this piece, turn them around, so then you get 2 pockets, okay? Otherwise you're going to be flipping the paper over. All right, so we'll save those 2. We'll use these 2. And so you want to get a pattern that kind of doesn't matter if it turns upside down. All right. That's kind of the trickiest part of this whole thing. So for the stamping, put these aside. I'm going to stamp actually 3 pieces. Don't need that anymore. I'm going to stamp these 3 pieces, all in the same stamp. I was just looking for something. That's all right. Okay, so I'm going to use fresh freesia. And I'm also going to use this flower stamp. I forgot to bring the stamp case up, but I'll just show you where it's from. It's from this Heart and Home suite. You can even see the piece of paper, the paper right there. So it's this huge suite, and there's 2 stamp sets in it. So I'm using the stamp set Blessings of Home. So that's the stamp I'm going to use, and we're going to use What a Beautiful Day also. And that's in the January through June 2022 mini catalog. All right. I'm just going to use this as a scrap just because this is so nice and clean. I'm going to use this one. All right. You'll see what I'm doing in 1 second. All right. For the inside of the card, I don't want the whole stamp. I just want some of it. So I just wanted to use scrap paper like that. And then these two, I noticed I had a little mark, and that's okay because this will be tucked under, so I'm just going to keep that on the bottom. And one more on the bookmark. All right. So then these two I'm going to leave alone. Well, actually, yeah, for right now. I'm going to color just a little bit. So you can leave it plain, like I left that plain and I left the inside plain, but I just gave a little color to the bookmark. And so I'm just using watercolor pencils. However, I'm not going to kind of turn them into watercolors. I'm just going to use them just as straight pencils. But you could blend them if you wanted, but I just kind of left them alone. I'm just coloring really lightly, just to give just a little hint of color. I think this is the rich raspberry color. The watercolor pencil Stampin' Up! Has 2 different packs of them. I think that's just called Assortment 1 and 2. And they have different colors in them. So I think I have a combination of those 2 packs here. This is Granny Apple Green. This color. You can see I'm not coloring the whole thing. I'm just giving a little bit, just a little bit of color. I think that's all the leaves there. Maybe a little bit in the stem, but not much. A little orange, pumpkin pie in the middle, and then the last gorgeous grape. I'm just giving a little bit of color on these little flowers. Again, the point was just to have it very light. Okay, so that's all I wanted to color. And then I'm going to put the What a Beautiful Day. The whole stamp actually says What a Beautiful Day for Love, which is lovely, but not for every instance. So I'm just going to use my Native Navy Stampin' Write marker. I'm going to use the brush tip, and I'm just going to color What a Beautiful, or what does it say? What a Beautiful Day, because that can be for any day. Not that any day is not good for love, but I just got a little blue. Oh, no, take it off. Sometimes it's a little hard to color on camera because it's not as close to my eyes. So I colored just those words that I wanted. I'm going to huff or blow on the stamp just to kind of re-moisten it. And stamp it down. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing on the scalloped one, even though I didn't color on it. I just want to have that because that's kind of the greeting of the card. This is a great technique to use when you want to have, it's good for words, because if you want different words to have different colors, because sometimes you want to emphasize a word, you can use different colors. It's a great beginner technique to kind of introduce colors if you don't have all the inks, because you can buy the sets of the markers. All right, so now we're ready to put together. So the bookmark we'll do first. I have just a little strip of paper. I'm going to put that down first. You don't need it, but it just gives a little bit of kind of continuity between the card and the bookmark. And then I'll put this on top. All right, so that's that. We'll put a hole in it in a minute, and then we'll put this part together. So this is, I don't know if I said, this is Misty Moonlight, which is a retiring color. Very sad to see it go away. So if you love it, I would order stuff of it soon because it's a very popular color and people are going to want it. But it will be retiring the end of April, but I'm sure it will be gone before then. And then we'll put this on here. This is that fresh freesia. So actually they're both in colors, just of different sets. And then I'm going to put this on top of there. Again, if you don't have the scallop die, you can just do a rectangle. The scallop's really pretty. And then we'll put our pocket on there. So we have those two triangles. So I'm going to do one at a time. I'm just going to do a thin layer of glue just on two edges, the bottom and the side. And I'm going to line this up with the purple or the freesia on both the side and the bottom. And I'll do that with the opposite side. You can use a tape runner. It's just going to be a little thicker and your pocket will be a little bit narrower. But I really like using the glue for almost everything. All right, let that dry for a second. And then you can leave this plain, or if you wanted to introduce some of the ribbon, I use the denim ribbon, which is just really, really nice. This one I just stapled on top, but this one I'm going to put a hole just so you can see the difference. This is a very old hole punch. It was actually called a crocodile. Long retired, but I still use it for holes because I like it. And then I'm just going to look for my scissors. There they are. I'm just going to guess. I'll probably trim it down. But I'm going to put the 2 points together and put them through the front of the hole. And then I have this little loop. I'm just going to take the ends and pull it through the loop. And I just pull it gently, and then I will trim. Okay, like that. So this will go in my pocket. And you could leave it like that, or if you wanted to have a little bow, which I think is nice when the card is kind of plain, when there's no bookmark in there. So just tie a bow. That's nice. It's very soft, the ribbon. I hope they keep it around. And then I'm just going to use a glue dot. Works best. So I'll just attach this to the glue dot and then put it right where the, not in the pocket, right underneath it, so that this will still slide out, but this is on there. So there you go. There is the bookmark card, and this one has the inside. I will have to fix the other one. And then you can write whatever. So there you go. Thank you very much for joining and watching. I hope you liked the card. Be sure to visit all my links and sign up for my email list, subscribe to YouTube, all that kind of stuff. Everything can be found at mailsomethingpretty.com/links. Thanks again. I'm Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty. Have a great day. Bye-bye.